Do this one, though.
That's pretty cute. Accomplished comedian.
What is accomplished?
Did you write this one?
This is not against
Accomplished.
This is not against anybody.
Accomplished comedian Sinbad has announced he's filing for bankruptcy for the second time.
The second time.
Oh God, it's so retarded. Sounds like things have gone from Sinbad to sin worse. Okay.
But Canada, you know.
Canada,
but
you're
anyways, the guys from America were unbelievable, and it was you, and it was Leno, and Leno like was at the peak.
Jay
Leno. My dad would call him Jay Leno.
Leno.
Is that the one where Sinbad was on?
Oh yeah, he always wants to tell me stories, me to tell stories about Sinbad. But I love Sinbad. When I did my first comedy festival thing, that Montreal thing.
What year was that?
Fuck, I don't know.
Like 87?
Yeah, I don't know dates.
Yeah.
But it was around there. And
how long had you been doing comedy at that point?
6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was Canada, so we got a home
so that was like
court thing.
In American years, that's 4 years?
No, I'm saying because the Montreal Comedy Festival was in Canada, we had a quota to fill. You know, I would never have gotten on it if I was in the States. But so I got my 5 minutes, just wrote. That's the way I used to do comedy. I'd memorize every fucking word. And so I had it all figured out and shit, right? And so then I go there, I meet Sinbad, right? So I didn't know who Sinbad was. And he goes, and he's completely relaxed. I'm all thinking about my
some sort of one-piece outfit.
He did. His hair matched his shirt.
Yeah.
And they were both orange.
Yeah.
So then he said, he was just so relaxed, and he said, hey, let's go. I got to get some socks. So we go to this fucking store, right? When we first go into the store, there's no one there. It's a small store. So there's no one there. The lady's in the back.
Yeah.
So the lady takes a minute to come out.
Yeah.
And he's like, where's that lady? You know, there's nobody here, you know? And I'm like, yeah. And so he comes out, he gets his fucking socks. Nothing happens, right? So then that night at the gala, I do my carefully constructed material.
Yeah.
Sinbad comes out. He goes, what the fuck is going on? And he doesn't swear. He goes, what's going on with these stores with socks? I'm like, holy shit. And then he's like, you go in the store and there's no one there. And then people are agreeing with him. I'm like, what? It didn't make none of it made any sense except that he destroyed and I didn't. That's when I realized that I was missing a whole bunch of stuff, because I guess at first you think you're good and stuff like that.
No, you are good, and I think that the fact is, really, if you were to look at it in another way, that if people are able to do an impersonation of you, that means you have a defined style. Whereas, like, I guarantee you there's not a lot of people that can do Sinbad, though you did just do a pretty good one.
I was trying to do it as unracist as possible.
A study on weight loss revealed this week that women who participate in a weekly diet program lost 50% more weight, snacked less, and bought more fruits and vegetables than women in general. Which just goes to prove my new theory: Richard Simmons is gay. After numerous requests, the National Institute of Health has finally granted funds to the University of New Mexico in order to test mice for the deadly hantavirus. Although I'm sure the government would have acted a lot sooner if instead of mice, the hantavirus was killing off rich white guys. An outbreak of the deadly canine parvovirus has led to the local Humane Society killing many of its dogs. Gee, I wonder if the Humane Society would kill off victims of canine parvo if instead of dogs, they were rich old white guys. Increased hunting will be necessary to control the state's black bear population. Gee, I wonder if hunting would be the answer if instead of overpopulation of black bears, there were an overpopulation of rich old white men. Yeah. According to the EPA, it will cost an estimated $295 million to clean up toxic waste at the former Lockheed Martin military aircraft plant in California. The cause of the toxic waste? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In Princess Anne, Maryland, state health officials have discovered what caused the mysterious death of 200,000 fish at a Somerset County fish farm. The culprit? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In economic news, unemployment figures rose slightly for the month of October, with declines in the Dow Jones and NASDAQ. The reason for the sudden downturn? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Entertainment Weekly's list of the 101 most powerful people in show business is out. At number 1, Fox CEO Robert Murdoch. And at number 2, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the number 1 selling doll this Christmas is Tickle Me Elmo. And the least popular selling doll? You guessed it, Tickle Me Frank Stallone. And the British Sunday Times is reporting that Belgian doctors have accidentally cloned a human being. The human being? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Recent photos sent from the Galileo space probe orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa suggests that it meets the conditions necessary to support a primitive life form. Just what kind of life form? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the votes are in. And Entertainment Weekly has chosen its funniest man alive. And who is the funniest man alive? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Congratulations, Frank Stallone. Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last year, German Shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German Shepherds would have us believe. Well, technical glitch of some sort there. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge rock star in Germany, where his latest album sold 5 million copies this week, which once again proves my theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge star in Germany, where his series Baywatch celebrated its 100th straight week as the nation's top TV show, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge star in Germany, where his syndicated series Knight Rider places a consistent second behind Baywatch in the ratings, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Helmut Kohl was elected to his 4th term as Germany's chancellor this week. Experts say Mr. Kohl's success was guaranteed after he won the backing of singing sensation David Hasselhoff, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. The cast of Baywatch made a special appearance at Disney World in Florida, where they were mobbed by adoring fans, which proves my new theory: German tourists love David Hasselhoff. Fergie, the Duchess of York, turned down a guest appearance on the hit show Baywatch. Now, my research has uncovered that Fergie is actually British, not German, which, while not proving, certainly does nothing to disprove my time-tested theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Finally, reports out of Germany continue to indicate that David Hasselhoff is a major recording star in that country, where his concerts routinely sell out and his albums turn platinum, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff.
Germans love me.
Which once again proves my theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. And that's the news. See you next time. Thank you, David.
Part of the death squad? Okay.
But I have had problems with them.
Yeah.
They tried to derail me years ago. Well, because I was in cahoots with Mencia, they thought.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So when the whole Carlos Mencia, Joe Rogan thing happened, they had me on tape, right? Like, I didn't know that Joe Rogan was, I love Joe, he's a friend of mine. Joe, if you're listening, we're good, right? But the thing is that I didn't know that he was taping me. So I said, yeah, Mencia steals.
Doing Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee's his friend.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
That's Ned Holness.
Oh, I know Ned Holness. Yeah, he's really good. Hey, that's all that stuff.
How's he doing?
Hey, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ned.
Do a couple minutes of his material.
Well, I'll just do some of my material, and then it'll be the same. You know, so I'll just talk about myself.
What has he ever stolen from you?
I used to this bit about how I was so small that my dad would have to get on my shoulders to get on a ride at Disneyland.
Right.
Then he did a bit, literally, but this is, I can't do it. But where is this going?
Who cares? What the fuck? It's reality.
Anyway, it's good to see you.
This is the reason why comedians get away with stealing. Because comedians like you are afraid of confrontation.
And then I also said that I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
That's a sharp left.
Yeah, which I didn't know there was a camera on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but in high school I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah,
sure.
And then also on top of that, I said that Vietnamese people were jungle Asians, which I had to apologize to the Vietnamese people, and I apologize. That's what I said back then.
Do you mean he put this up on the internet or
Then
something?
he put it on the internet. Death Squad did,
shit.
right?
Yeah, what did I say?
So he had to publicly make an apology to the Vietnamese community because he called you guys, and he calls Filipinos this too. He calls us all jungle gooks or jungle Asians.
not
Jungle,
gooks.
not
That's
gooks,
what
jungle Asians.
That's by saying jungle gooks, you make it worse.
He said jungle
Yeah.
Asians.
I
But
said
how do
jungle
you
Asian.
justify that? What
Well, because
makes-
you guys live in the fucking jungle. What do you mean? How do I justify it?
we don't live in the jungle.
All right, so if I go to Vietnam, is there a jungle there?
There is a jungle. There's a jungle in plenty of other countries.
There's not a jungle in Korea. What?
I'm sure you guys have rainforests.
No, we don't at all. It's trees. Like it looks like Denver.
You're trying to say Korea is Denver.
Yeah, it's
And all of a sudden now, right, my aunt, my cousin's mom calls me, he didn't suck your dick.
No, you sucked his dick.
Yeah, no, we sucked each other's dick.
Oh,
Yeah, and vice versa, right?
yeah.
When you're single trying to attract a partner, it's important to project the qualities you desire, which I understand, but boy, oh boy, have I had to suck a lot of dick lately.
That's sort of like a Bobby Lee joke.
It is a lot like a Bobby Lee.
All right. What about this one? This is for you.
I didn't. You know what I mean? And then my mom, that's my mom's sister, they didn't talk, and then she died.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ.
She died, right?
Story.
See, so the last thing that, you know what I mean, I heard from my aunt is you didn't suck each other's dick. And then a couple years later, my mom, they stopped talking, and then she died.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Famous last word.
Yeah, I love Death Squad.
Yeah. How many views did it get?
Millions.
Oh, see?
But then over the years, though, I made my way back into the group, and now we're all good.
So you opened for Mencia, which made you the enemy of the Death Squad.
Yeah. Because, you know, they...
It's like a Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, it's just like it.
So the Death Squad...
I don't know what Bruce Lee movie.
They're comedians?
Yeah.
Well, don't you think Death Squad makes more sense in a Bruce Lee movie than a comedy club?
That's true, that's true.
I went to a comedy club, and then the next week, the Death Squad were there. It was just odd. I don't know. And they acted like it was a normal thing. And I said, you know, I was here next week. I said, the Death Squad.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
I mean, when was the last time you did Rogan?
Oh.
Okay. What?
12 years ago.
Wow. For real?
Yeah. What happened?
It's because you are a big vaxxer, right? And you just said, I hate him now?
No, I want to do it. It's just I don't know how.
I bet Shab could get you in. All right.
That's a good one.
You know Bobby's new movie.
No, it's okay. It's
about a boy.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
My phone. But I'll tell you, man, you got, especially when elections are around, you got to have a lot of, and you're a comedian, they expect you to know things nowadays. You know what I mean? It didn't used to be like that. Like during the Vietnam War, they wouldn't go, wonder what Red Skeleton thinks on this. But nowadays, like I've heard, they go, a comedian is the modern day philosopher, you know? Which, first of all, it always makes me feel sad for the actual modern day philosophers who exist, you know. They're working, trying to come up with their philosophy, you know, and they go, God damn, you ever hear of this nightclub comic? He's doing some very good work on tautologism, or what the hell you say.
I hate fake humility. The idea of like somebody being good for the cause or the resistance or whatever. First of all, that's meaningless. The fucking, you know, you got to go back and look at all that Norm MacDonald shit. You know that interview Norm MacDonald did where he was like, oh yeah, everybody thought Hitler was hilarious prior to him running to power, you know, or like getting into power. There was comics about him and everyone thought he was a big joke. And then he did the Holocaust. So there goes your notion of comedy being powerful.
That's the one where he's like,
Norm rules.
If you tell me one,
right.
if you tell me one socially relevant joke that's funny,
That's
I'll
also
give you $1 million.
Norm fucking rocks.
And they're like, what about all this identity-based comedy, like Aziz and Amy Schumer? He's like, yeah, everyone expects comedians to be modern day philosophers, which I think is really insulting to modern day philosophers.
People go to school, study philosophy.
He's like, you're not a philosopher because you try to fuck waitresses.
I know, man. Norm
So
fucking
good.
rocks.
He's the best.
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fit poison my.
There was a thing I read about Woody Allen, and he went on the stage, and a lot of the people did much better than him. And he was upset, and his manager said, no, it's what you leave on the stage. That was his remark upon Woody Allen. And so I always thought, well, a guy like Andrew Dice Clay would destroy, you know, and have me hitting the wall, as you say. But then afterwards, maybe you'd feel a little queasy. Whereas you kill, and then you leave something nice on the stage. You know, it's one thing to make people laugh. It's another to make people smile.
Wow. He had I think
best word choice of maybe any comedian I've ever seen.
yeah.
He intentionally mispronounces words
Yeah, yeah,
when he
that's
knows, but he's constantly screwing with you on every level.
Right.
But his word choice is, he was like Mark Twain. He had this folksy, completely out of time.
Model Carrie Otis made news this week when she stated that she didn't want Mickey Rourke showing up at her work. Hey, join the club, lady. You think any of us want Mickey Rourke showing up at our work? According to a poll taken last week, if the presidential elections were held tomorrow, the guy in the funny mask would win. Maybe if I said the word properly. Cambridge, Massachusetts juror found City Councilman William Walsh not guilty of malicious destruction of property after he removed 2 dildos from a sculpture in the City Hall annex. Walsh's defense was that he was walking by, saw them, and said to himself, "Hey, free dildos." Look at her. 18-year-old Julie Wozchak will be going to Paris after winning an essay contest sponsored by the Dayton Daily News. She won for her essay, which was entitled, "Why I Want to Go to Paris with Some Old Guy from the Daily Dayton News." Dayton Daily News. Like that would have helped. Okay. Last week, Magic legend, or basketball legend, Magic Johnson. Last week, basketball legend Magic Johnson rejoined the Los Angeles Lakers 4 years after learning he was HIV positive. NBA doctors have assured the league's players that they have absolutely nothing to worry about, as long as when they are guarding Magic, they remember not to have sex with him. A new development in the O.J. Simpson civil trial this week. According to sworn testimony, Nicole Brown Simpson had told her therapist that she was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson. Asked why he didn't report this earlier, the therapist said, "I was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson." I said getting beaten, and that may have hurt a little. A French government survey finds that Disneyland Paris is the most popular tourist attraction in the country. And the most popular ride? Women who don't shave their armpits of the Caribbean. There's two ways to pronounce that, and I got neither. Over the next 2 months, the murder, over the next, what are they? Over the next 2 months, the number of Border Patrol agents in Tucson, Arizona will double to 49. Meanwhile, the number of illegal aliens sneaking into the country will hold steady at 100 million billion. And finally, sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th, and it's going to be named Michael Jackson Jr. Michael plans to be with the mother during the delivery, in his words, to make up for not being there for the Sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th. It's conception. The last word was conception, so. Just hours after, works both ways. Just hours after President Clinton again pledged to clean up the Democratic Party's fundraising operation, the White House announced he will attend a $1 million fundraiser next week. However, spokesman Mike McCurry stressed that at this event, quote, "Donations from Indonesia or other foreign countries will not be accepted unless they are left in a brown paper bag under the sink in the men's room." Unquote. Weekend Update's 1997 survey of the most dangerous jobs in America is out today. The biggest change, last year's #1 West Coast rap star. You know, it'd probably be better if I was over on this camera. Okay, well, now that I'm over on this camera, it'd probably be better if you put the cards over here. The 1997 Most Dangerous Jobs in America is out. And this year, a little bit of a change. Last year's #1 West Coast rap star has been knocked out of the top spot by the new Most Dangerous Job in America, East Coast rap star. Imagine if it had all gone well. Last week in Kansas City, two people... Oh, drats. Two homeless people who met at a soup kitchen were married in front of homeless guests at the very same soup kitchen. For those who want to give the couple a wedding gift, they are registered at Kansas City's District 5 recycling pen. Last weekend in Washington, a new museum dedicated to broadcast jerk. Bah! What the fuck was that? Last weekend in Washington, a new museum. My farewell performance. Last weekend, with the resignation of 2 police officers in Virginia, Vermont, the city's 2,500 residents are now left with only 1 policeman. Note to self, if I get fired for cursing on the air last week, drive up to Virginia, Vermont, hypnotize the remaining policeman, and loot town. Yeah, that's it.
Biggest show right now in the planet is Kate and Ashley plus what? Kate, John and Kate.
Spit all over me. That's all right.
John and Kate plus 8.
You did it. You did it. Yeah.
John and Kate plus 8. There's a show called Rock of Love.
Yes, Bret Michaels, Rock of Love.
Yes,
yeah.
Bret Michaels, and he had a band called Rock of Love, and he was a big band singer.
He had a band called Poison.
Whatever. Yeah. But Poison. Yeah. But their hit song was Rock of Love. So, anyways, the idea is that he gets these ladies.
He says he may pardon the McDougalls if they're, if they go to jail, he may pardon them. And then they asked him, they said, what about Hillary? If she, if she is, because she's also a co-conspirator.
Yeah, if she gets sent away.
If she gets sent away, will he pardon her? And Clinton said, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time, he said.
That'd be great. Next time you're on the show, just...
On our show, studies show that people don't watch the show, period. Space Jam. You know about this movie?
Yeah.
Sure, it's Space Jam. Everybody would know it.
I know about it.
Space Jam is, Michael... #1, $30 million, and I saw the movie, it's pretty good. Michael Jackson's actually a very good actor, Yeah. He's no Shaquille O'Neal, but he's a good, I don't know, this isn't going well.
Michael Jordan.
What did I say?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's why. No, but Michael Jordan is in this movie, right?
He is in the movie, yeah.
And he made $30 million for it, and apparently he did the movie because apparently there was some money in the world he didn't have, so he had to... Did I say Michael Jordan?
You said Michael Jordan that time. Yeah, you did good that time. Okay, that's any other topicals you want to zing out there before we move along?
No, it's not going very well.
Weekend update with NORM MACDONALD.
Thank you. I'm Norm MacDonald, and now the fake news. Yesterday, Simpson trial judge Lance Ito allowed that mystery envelope to be opened, and it appears Simpson may already have won $10 million. The first deaf Miss America, Heather Whitestone, was crowned last week in Atlantic City. Although completely deaf, she is an expert lip reader. Personally, I don't think she's that pretty, Not my cup of tea. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge rock star in Germany, where his latest album sold 5 million copies this week, which once again proves my theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. And in a related story, this week marked the 5,000th performance of the Broadway musical Cats. It also marked the 5,000th time a guy turned to his wife and said, "What the hell is this?" And finally, John Wayne Bobbitt is going to be an adult film star. He has been signed to play himself in the John Wayne Bobbitt story. The part of his severed penis will be portrayed by Pauly Shore. According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. Las Vegas mogul Steve Wynn has announced plans for a new hotel, 46 stories high, set on a 17-acre island in the middle of a 50-acre artificial lake on the Las Vegas Strip. In a related story, Motel 6 now has shampoo. Well, a beef-flavored water for dog hit stores this week, and dogs are eagerly anticipating the arrival next month of the newest water flavor, other dogs' asses. With Republican control of the Senate, Oregon's Bob Packwood will become chairman of the Senate Finance Committee. In a statement, he promised to massage the budget, goose interest rates, and, if possible, stick his tongue down the throat of inflation. A French man who calls himself the Snake Man was arrested this week after climbing up the side of a Manhattan high-rise. Yep, he climbed right up the side of a high-rise. Just like a snake. Dr. James Watts, a neurosurgeon who performed the first frontal lobotomy, died this week in Washington. If you recall, a lobotomy involves drilling holes in the skull and then inserting and rotating a knife to destroy brain cells. What a genius. He'll be missed. This week is Taxi Cab Appreciation Week, so to all you taxi cab drivers out there, I'd appreciate it if you'd take a shower once in a while. How'd that be? A new hangover-free vodka is on the market. Yeah, the ads claim that the 80-proof vodka is so pure, it's virtually headache-free. But before you run out and buy it, remember, it causes massive anal bleeding. Former First Lady Nancy Reagan reports that her husband has been relaxing at their ranch, riding horses and chopping wood. Sadly, eyewitnesses report that he was actually riding wood and chopping horses. Ted Kennedy says now that he's won re-election, he can finally relax, get off that crazy diet, and really let himself go. Yeah, Ricky Lake, you know, she really is an animal lover, though. She has 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a big ass that follows her around everywhere. Well, there may be trouble in paradise. Lisa Marie Presley confirmed this week that she and Michael Jackson live in separate residences 50 miles away from each other. Lisa Marie was quoted as saying, "I guess being married to a homosexual pedophile wasn't such a great idea after all." Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer was attacked and killed by another inmate this week. Just before the fight, Dahmer threatened, "Hey, don't mess with me, pal. I used to eat guys like you for breakfast." Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry. That should read, Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right. And now it's time for Weekend Update's movie reviews. This week I saw Interview with the Vampire. And here's my review. Not gay enough. A Brooklyn man crossing an expressway on Monday was hit by at least 10 cars. According to police, the man's body was spread over a 2-block area. Police also reported that various organs were flattened on the road and that his spine had been ripped out of his torso. The man is currently resting in stable condition at St. Mary's Hospital. Well, a study this week reports seafood is good for you unless it's fried. Yet another groundbreaking story from the pages of the medical journal, Duh. A new FBI study shows that for the first time, Americans are more likely to be killed by a stranger than a loved one or acquaintance. Their advice? Introduce yourself to as many people as possible. A sheepdog carrying $250,000 worth of cocaine in its stomach was found at JFK Airport earlier this week. A customs agent got suspicious when he saw 2 airline employees taking turns sniffing the dog's ass. O.J. Simpson's lawyers have decided to skip hearings on DNA evidence and go right to trial. Asked why they did this, the lawyers replied, "We want to get O.J. acquitted as speedily as possible so he can get back to doing what he does best, killing people." There's a new 24-hour cable TV channel now. It's called Fish TV. The channel shows a giant aquarium of fish 24 hours a day, except from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. when it shows the Byron Allen Show. In a survey this week, men said they preferred penis size to height. 62% of men said they'd rather be 5'2" with a 7-inch penis. 36% said they'd rather be 6'3" with a 3-inch penis. And the remaining 2% said they'd rather be 1'4" with a 300-inch penis. Here we see the president and the first bitch. Hey, slow down, you bitch. Let me catch up. A 51-year-old cosmonaut set a world space endurance record this week after spending 367 days aboard the Russian space station Mir. And also, as a side note, he also smashed his own masturbation record. In Walnut Creek, California, anyone who turns in his gun can get free therapy. And anyone who doesn't turn in his gun can get free anything.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I wasn't broken apart by you.
Officials in Disney World have ordered their ride, the Extra Terror Estriel, to be shut down until it can be made scarier. When the attraction reopens in 2 weeks, it will be exactly the same, but missing 6 bolts. The United Paramount Network's new show, Star Trek Voyager, finished in first place Monday night with a 14.7 rating. For those of you who don't know, 1 rating point is equal to 950,000 nerds. In his book, O.J. Simpson says, that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. That's probably... You don't get worse luck than that. Taco Bell this week introduced a new light menu, as well as a new slogan. Half the fat, but still tastes like crap. OJ's pal Al Cowlings now has a 1-900 number. For $2.99 a minute, Cowlings will tell callers that OJ is innocent. And for $3.99 a minute, he'll try to do it without laughing. And now a correction to a story we ran last week. Prince Charles is actually the one in the middle. So we apologize for that. 130 years after the Civil War, the state of Mississippi has finally voted to abolish slavery. Representatives say they would have liked to have done it sooner, but they were delayed due to some awfully big cotton crops. They had some kind of big cotton thing. All right. And finally, the Oscar nominations were announced this week, and Tom Hanks and Jodie Foster are in a heated competition in the Academy's controversial new category, Best Retard. Well, there's good news this week from strife-torn Ireland, where a historic peace agreement has just been signed. Gee, I wonder if anyone will celebrate by drinking. New medical research shows that men and women have different food cravings. Men preferring meat and women preferring sweets. Scientists trace this back to caveman days, when men had to go out and hunt for food while women sat on their fat asses eating chocolates. Washington Power twosome Mary Madeline and James Carville are expecting their first baby in July. No one knows if the baby will be a Democrat or a Republican, but doctors are sure of one thing. It will be weird looking. This was Colin Ferguson's first week in prison. Ferguson has reportedly dismissed his cellmate, and from now on he will be acting as his own bitch. The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. Due to a change in policy, Amtrak employees will no longer be able to kick homeless people out of Penn Station based on the way they look. From now on, they will have to go solely on urine stench. Some teenagers are snorting or injecting Ritalin, a drug prescribed to treat attention deficit disorder in children. Drug abuse experts warn that Ritalin can cause accelerated blood pressure, along with enhanced mental alertness, a surge of energy, and an increased sense of self-confidence. And remember, kids, those are bad things. According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor likes her lovemaking loud, rough, and frequent. Coincidentally, that's also how she likes to eat. Well, it's official. There you go. Michael Jordan is leaving baseball to return to basketball. It is unclear whether the media will now refer to him by his old basketball nickname, Air Jordan, or his more recent baseball nickname, Senior Crappy. Newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids, while she wants fake kids. A new study says that people who quit smoking have healthier lungs. Yet another groundbreaking story from the pages of the medical journal, Duh. And in court this week, Cato Kalin testified that O.J. Simpson did not appear angry before or after the period of his wife's murder. But Kalin admitted he could have been a touch edgy while he was actually murdering her. Might have been a... Leona Helmsley fired a maid this week for stealing her Victoria's Secret lingerie. And you think she looks hot here, huh? Imagine, if you would, with the Hertz rental car company announced this week that it will buy 520,000 vehicles, increasing its worldwide fleet 24%. In addition, they will try to find a new spokesman who won't kill his ex-wife. And finally, the Diamond Council of America advises that men spend 2 months' salary on an engagement ring, while the American Housing Company suggests that you spend 25% of your salary on rent. Interestingly, the U.S. Crack Association recommends that you spend all your salary on crack. In medical news this week, scientists report there may soon be a vaccine for drug addicts, which completely eliminates the craving for cocaine. They caution, however, that the vaccine is extremely dangerous, highly addictive, and costs $10,000 a gram. This week at the O.J. Simpson trial, the infamous bloody glove was finally introduced into evidence, and O.J. didn't help his case any by blurting out, "There it is, I've been looking all over for that thing." Whoa. In a bid to boost low attendance, officials at the New Jersey State Aquarium have announced plans for a $4 million facelift. In addition, flashing neon signs will be placed outside the aquarium, stating that the fish are, quote, all nude all the time. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Last week, Duchess of York Sarah Ferguson visited the Big Apple and showed off her 14-pound weight loss. Hopefully, this will not interfere with her official duties of sitting on her fat ass all day long. Well, singer Willie Nelson, who was arrested recently in Texas for marijuana possession, saw the charges against him drop this week. A judge ruled the arrest had been illegal because police didn't have probable cause to search his car for pot. How about the fact he's Willie Nelson? Well, the magazine POV came out this week with a list of the best and worst jobs to have in the next century. Their 3 best were, in this order, multimedia software designer, management consultant, and interactive advertising executive. While their worst, for the 3rd year in a row, crack whore. Dismissed Simpson juror Jeanette Harris revealed in interviews this week that the jury is torn by dissension and is already divided into 2 camps, those who think he is guilty and those who are really, really stupid. A Cambridge, Massachusetts juror found City Councilman William Walsh not guilty of malicious destruction of property after he removed 2 dildos from a sculpture in the City Hall annex. Walsh's defense was that he was walking by, saw them, and said to himself, "Hey, free dildos." Look at there. Well, Premiere Magazine's list of the 100 most powerful people in Hollywood hit the newsstands this month. In an odd bit of ranking, Demi Moore was ranked number 28, while her breasts were ranked 20 and 21. So, at a press conference this week, Washington Mayor Marion Barry said he wants private businesses to provide 5,000 summer jobs for a district youth program. He also wants some crack. At Virginia Commonwealth University, a professor is being sued following revelations that he spanked one of his students. It was the student's parents who first became suspicious when they asked, "What kind of marks are you getting?" And she replied, big red ones on my ass. So. For the 5th year in a row, People magazine has named John F. Kennedy Jr. one of its 50 most beautiful people. Meanwhile, Big Red Nose magazine has named Ted Kennedy one of its 50 faces most ravaged by drink. Well, in Buffalo, Wyoming, a truck jackknifed this week, spilling hundreds of sticks of dynamite on the I-90 interstate, though officials noted that there is absolutely no danger as long as you're protected by magic. Yeah, I wish I was protected by magic. All right. In stock market news this week, April's 3 biggest losers were Cantab Pharmaceuticals, Champion Enterprises, and Crapco, which manufactures crap. And also crap-related items, most recently Mariah Carey's Christmas album. Due to expected cutbacks in funding for PBS's The Frugal Gourmet, has announced that he'll be changing his name to The Cheap Bastard. Well, in a questionable move by the defense team this week, O.J. Simpson demonstrated how to stab 2 people at the same time. Well, Gary Busey left the hospital this week after overdosing on cocaine last Friday. Doctors say Busey is okay and he should be back in the hospital in no time. Last Friday in Washington, D.C., the city's elementary school students pledged to stay drug-free as a gift to their moms on Mother's Day. Meanwhile, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry got his mom a great big box of chocolates. The Walt Disney Company has announced plans to build a $300 million hotel and entertainment complex in New York's Times Square. Construction begins next spring on their first attraction, Crack Horrors of the Caribbean. The American Academy of Pediatrics has released an updated list of unsafe baby products. Topping the list this year is the really, 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 really high chair.
The Nicolas Cage stuff is very similar, where it's just nobody can really do what he does. I also love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. You said you could do Nicolas Cage.
I cannot do Nicolas. I've heard that I heard my voice sometimes sounds like him, and I've been told I look like him sometimes, but no.
That's how I got started. Was people with that one? People said that when I was little, they thought I was his son. I mean, I don't think they thought that.
You do look like
Nicolas Cage. They said,
a lot,
they are you his son?
Way more, yeah.
Let's hear your Nicolas Cage.
I don't have a Nicolas Cage.
I think you did.
No, I don't have a Nicolas Cage.
You told me that a Nicolas Cage that made Simon Helberg sound like shit. No, he did.
My Nicolas Cage sounds a lot like your fucking Christopher Walken.
Whatever. I don't do a very good Christopher.
You don't need to do a good one to do.
But I am Christopher Walken. Jesus Christ. You never heard of Christopher Walken? I never heard it before either. I just assumed everyone could do it.
Everyone does it.
So I tried. How do we get him to do Nicolas Cage? I feel embarrassing.
It's hard, I know. Can you we'd love it if we could hear your Nicolas Cage.
All right, well, he does like, well, yeah, that's just wonderful to hear, and maybe on the way out we can stop in the gift shop, but right now, I don't know, I really want to find some rockets! Yahoo! There you go. He has a little bit too.
No, all right.
Well, I mean, it's not...
I didn't say I look like, I just said I've had people sometimes.
Well, that's the same thing as saying you look like him.
No, you're right.
You know, everybody always says I look like him.
I don't say always.
Whatever. You watched a lot of Nicolas Cage, right?
I did watch a lot.
He's seen every Nicolas Cage movie.
Well, no, up until like probably about 15 years ago. Well, they started getting real. Like I'm not gonna do it anymore. I can't. He was great. He's either the greatest actor in the world or the worst actor in the world.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was a great one.
That was like when it then it was like the divide came, I think, when he did The Rock, and you were sort of like, okay, this I'll accept this Michael Bay, like I'll accept this because maybe you're self-aware, but then he did Con Air, and he had that mullet and a southern accent, and it just like all went downhill.
No, you nailed it. That's exactly when.
Started buying islands.
He spent all his money on stuff.
I like islands.
Islands?
I think plural.
Wow. How much I heard he already bought his gravesite or something, and I thought it was like a pyramid. It's like, I don't know if that's...
He blew all his money on his gravesite?
It's like a giant pyramid.
Oh, like National Treasure?
Yeah.
That's another Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Nick Cage. Face Off?
Face Off?
That was
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Briefly.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You just went right to one where he was barely there.
Yeah. No, Raising Arizona. I don't think anything tops that for me.
You have to put it in the right file, according to alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Tom Brady could have made probably the same amount of money as a male prostitute. Trust me, I'm good at math. Tom Brady was listed ahead of his wife Gisele Bündchen in Forbes' recent list of the 100 most powerful celebrities. But last year, Tom was behind his wife. When asked to comment, Brady said, "Hey, we switch positions all the time, if you know what I'm saying." And then he high-fived the reporter.
What was the... Think about that unconscious, subconscious thing, because I remember my buddy one time, he's in psychology, he went to college, this guy. And I love milk, right? So we were eating a meal one time. And, so I take a drink of milk, and my friend goes, "You know why you're drinking that milk, right, Norm?" And I say to him, "It's not because I like milk, I know that." Because I know this guy, So he goes, "No, it's not." He goes, "The reason you're drinking that milk is because you miss sucking on your mother's breast." I'm like, ah. Now you guys don't know my mother. But she's wonderful. She's a saint. You know how people, say their mothers are saints? My mother is actually a saint. So, I mean, she hasn't performed 2 miracles, right? I guess she's not actually a saint, but she's much more saint-like than your fucking mother. That's what I'm But there was a generation, like my mother's 85, there was a generation of women that you all know. Maybe it was your mother, maybe it was your grandmother. But they lived at a time, and I support you, me too, you too. More than anything, because, for the young girls, it's going to be fantastic. But no one like my mother will ever exist again. And it's just this generation of women that were so, selfless. And, my mother would be, the type of woman, at dinner time, everyone's eating, and she's in the kitchen. And everybody have a second, are you sure? And then, oh, but the turnips. And wanted to make sure everybody got, and then she would, whatever was left, she would make a little plate for herself, And that's what my mother was like. Still is like. She lives right beside me. Her eyes shine love. I've never heard her say a phrase that had any irony flecked in, She just, and so happy, Like she'll come back to the grocery store, she'll go, "Norm, the funniest thing happened at the store." I said, "What happened, Mom?" She says, "There was a woman buying pineapple. It was $1.69 last week, and this week it was $1.19. I'm like, "That's not a story, you old bag. What the fuck?" A story has to have, I don't say that, but I would trade places with my mother in a second, because All she knows is love. You know how to love people. That's hard, man. That's hard. Anyways, I forgot why you brought that up. Oh, I remember. I don't want to suck her tits. So maybe I'm shallow. I want to suck my mother's tits, all right? So anyways, I'm having this discussion with this guy at the fucking restaurant, and now, after he tells me this, the milk is still there. And what the fuck am I gonna do? Guzzle it? Milk, you know, I can't just leave it there. It was the worst. Whatever. Oh, and then it came time to order our entrees. You know what this guy gets? 2 meatballs and a banana. I'm like, hey! Wait, wasn't even on the menu. Like he had to. What's good for the goose is this is just absolutely. I read about that subconscious, unconscious. They said when you pick a president, this is an election year. This is kind of some.
Well, another Thanksgiving has come and gone, and I thought it would be a good idea this year for me and my mother to say what we were thankful for. This is my mother, Fern. Now, we've written them down on index cards, what we're most thankful for. Should I begin?
You can just start.
I am thankful for the opportunity to do stand-up comedy for a living. Why, there is nothing more gratifying than to step out on a stage before a quiet crowd and through my comedy, turn them into an unruly mob.
I am thankful for the brave man who pulled me from a burning building last week and sadly perished. In the process, I'll never forget him. I don't remember his name, but I think he had a mustache.
I am thankful for women, the greatest creatures on earth, because without women, there would be no cookies.
I am thankful for the kindly ladies who live across the country and leave pies on their windowsills. So an old chunk of coal like me have a bite to eat from time to time. I am thankful for the troops, except for that one guy. I am thankful for all of my grandchildren, especially the ones I like. I am thankful for the fine young men and women of the LAPD, along with the Burbank Police Department, who joined forces this year and finally solved the baffling murder of Bob Hope. And finally, I am thankful for friends without which it would be a cold and dark place. Yes, friends especially like ones where Joey gets Chandler a duck. The end. I hope everybody had a really happy Thanksgiving.
Why you going high? Push me to the side. Let's keep going on and I ain't getting tired. Yeah, you try to crucify all the good inside. You going come now.
Norm MacDonald's mom is here. Should we say hi to her?
Yeah,
She's
where is she?
way in the back there.
There she is! Hey, Norm got her last row.
That's right. All right.
And I just want to point out, she's been at every taping of my show for 23 years.
She always sits right in the back, so she can get out and we get her the best seat, beat the traffic.
That's right.
Norm MacDonald's mom! There she is right there. She tried to leave.
What are the best things in your life right now?
The best thing is my son. I would like to say to Eugene Levy that there's no reason to be ashamed of your son. My son only this morning punched me in the chest really hard.
How was your summer? What'd you do? Anything good?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. I have a little boy, you know.
How old's your son?
He's 6 years old.
Oh, that's great.
I want to say 6. And he's a lot of fun. I do things with him, you know. We play and stuff.
What do you do? What kind of things?
I took him to Disney World.
Well, there you go.
Down in Florida. You ever go there?
I've never been there, no.
Well, you're barren. Not barren, but
That's
you
right,
have
I'm
children.
barren. That's right, I'm barren. I'm infertile.
Only
That's right. I
ladies.
can't possibly have children. What's your son's name, Timmy?
Little Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. Not little.
Name for Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I named him for Bob Dylan, and I thought, hey, man, nobody's going to be named Dylan. That's a cool name, because when I was a kid, I always read Dylan...
Thomas?
Dylan Thomas, a Child's Christmas in Wales.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, nobody will have that name. And then everybody has that name, because they had that kid on 90210. This is too long, right?
I'm so glad you're back, Norm. We haven't seen you in quite a while.
I missed you, man.
Yeah, glad to see you. How have you been, and what have you been doing?
Oh, man, nothing compared to you. Congratulations on young Harry.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, he's a good boy, I
Nice fella,
understand.
yeah. You have a son also?
I have a son, yeah, a little older. He's, I want to say... he's 10 or 15.
Yeah.
The point is this. I want to give you a little advice. First of all, they get less cute.
Oh, see, yeah.
And you got to, when they're young, you got to do certain things. For instance, because you love your child more than anything, obviously. And when I was young, and I had my little boy, Dagwood.
Name is Dagwood.
I named him after the literary figure Dagwood Bumstead.
Yeah.
No, his name is Dylan.
Dylan.
Named after Dylan Thomas, because my father read me a Child's Christmas in Wales every Christmas. So when the kid's young, as Dylan was, I used to play basketball with him, and I would always let him win, because I figured that was the thing to do as a father. Now he's 16 years old, and he can beat me easily.
Oh.
Now he thinks that he's always been able to beat me. I told him, I said, no, I used to let you win. He's like, no. So my advice is beat the hell out of Harry.
While I can.
While you can.
Yeah. Not sure that I can even now. Now, Norm, I remember years ago you told me that you were there for the birth of your son, and I always remember this. And you said that was the most exciting thing you had ever participated in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And then what happened?
I took crystal meth.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know what you were getting.
No, that's right. No, and then you said a couple of weeks later you went skydiving.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah. Or hang gliding. Yeah, hang gliding. And how was that compared to the birth? It was.
This was a joke I did at one point?
I have to do your act for you now? Is that what it's come to? And you said that was much more exciting than the birth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what's.
Pleasure in my son being happy.
Ah.
Yeah.
How old is your son?
He's, 10, 15?
You liar! He's 6. He's a 6-year-old. You had sex in the last 10 years.
No, my son's 16 years old. He's 6. No, he's 16 years old.
He's 16.
Yeah.
So is he a confidant? Do you call him and, do you ever share personal, trials and tribulations and triumphs?
I would never do that to a child.
He's 16.
Well, I mean,
as you have said, he can't be a child forever. When are you going to put the hard realities of life on him?
Well, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question, because I actually have love for my son.
Yes.
Like deep,
of course,
deep love.
He's your son,
and so I don't want to damage him with
the way you were damaged.
With the harsh realities.
I was damaged. No, I had a great.
No,
but I don't want to damage him with any viewpoints I may have, because he's not ready yet for reality. I think children aren't ready for reality for a while.
But I do tell him that education is pointless and things like that.
What does his mother say?
She thinks that he should go to college and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should.
And you're
Not
like,
everyone can grow up
don't
and be a
waste your money.
comedian.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just arbitrary nonsense. You know, I tell him even the classes he takes now, it's just ridiculous. You know, that algebra has no meaning and none
Unless
of this
he
stuff
becomes an engineer.
Well, unless he becomes.
Do you have no hope for this child?
Unless he becomes a math teacher, math professor. But I mean, you know, you think it's a coincidence that they have 6 subjects out of 10 billion that they teach in school?
And then you pick one of the 10 billion to focus on.
No, you have to.
You
they
need
don't
basic
teach you 10
math.
billion.
You need basic language. It's lovely when the school has art or music, which none of them do anymore. A little PE to keep us from getting fat. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, they have
little
some good
science,
ones.
some
They
of the
have some
basic
good
science stuff. Sure they do. Of course they do.
No, I tell him if he wants to go to college, he should have a goal, you know, to be.
He can't. He's 16. No kid at 16 has a goal. Their goal is like to be a rock star. Oh,
Or
you know what I'm
have
gonna do?
sex.
Well, right.
I mean, that's actually the goal.
Does he want to have sex? Or did you tell him, oh, don't bother with that? There's nothing for you in that. It's just repetitive. It's over and over. Same thing.
Discuss something like that with him. I hold him in too high esteem to discuss it.
We're super short on time. I've already missed my traffic thing. I'm fascinated. I don't know whether to slap you or hug you. Like, seriously, I feel like someone needs to shake you and knock some sense into you. We are going to take a short break.
Or maybe you.
What?
Maybe you.
Knock sense into me? No, I'm doing fine. I'm good over here.
Oh, me too.
No, you're not. I'm telling you. I know from broken people, Norm MacDonald.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But I still.
Is that a seal?
It was sort of, I was being a sarcastic prick.
Okay, I
was
get
what
it.
I was doing.
I got you.
But, you know, it's hard, you know, with the Web-O-Vision. It's hard. It's never really going to work perfectly, you know.
Yeah.
We got a baby seal, we got a ferret,
Listen.
and no audio, but we can comment on it.
We got Steve in the studio using just old-fashioned TV techniques.
Yeah, this is somebody calling in.
How are you?
Funny.
I do that on my
Baby
Skype.
seal calling in from Canada.
I do
you
that.
like seals?
I do that too on my Skype with my friends. I get like little dinosaurs. I'm like, I am going to eat you. My name is Stegosaurus and stuff like that. But this guy's not very good. I don't know.
My name is Stegosaurus and stuff like that. Yeah.
And there's a big delay.
Yeah, some sort of delay. Well, let's not take a call for a minute.
Let's just talk, man.
Yeah,
let's just talk.
It's just not fucking
Let's just
working.
3 guys from Canada that were, you know, where were we 20 years ago? I don't know.
Here, I think.
What? I wasn't here. You were here?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Well, I was.
How long have you been in Los Angeles for?
I guess 14 years.
14
years.
years.
I was here for a little bit before I went to New York. But.
Have the hills always been on fire every year as much as they are right now? Can we get a shot of that, by the way? We actually have a shot that we're literally right across the street from the burning hills of Los Angeles. Can we get a shot of that? Yeah.
Your twins were born here. Norm? Your twins.
Yes, your twins. Your twins were born here. Your twins are here right now.
Well, I don't have a camera, so I can't.
Okay. Okay, wait. Well, we'll get a shot of the fire in a minute. Your 2 sons are here tonight. This is a very. This is great. I wasn't sure if they wanted to be on the show or not. Those are your 2 sons are here tonight. This is a real fun. I'm glad you guys finally made it up here too. This is great. Yeah, you guys gotta come up here more often.
Should.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is good. Now, Norm, yeah, are you going to bring your twins up more often?
Oh, here now? Yeah, they can come out if they want.
Yeah.
You mean do a sketch or something?
Well, no, I was just saying in the future.
Sure.
But if they
No,
want
they
to
can
come
do
on
it
right
now. Yeah, sure.
Do they want to come
Steve,
on?
if we get up and give them the links.
You guys don't have to leave, though. You guys
No,
can
no,
leave.
we'll be here.
We'll be in the audience.
Okay. They're going to do a sketch?
Off the camera, and I don't know what this is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the internet right now. We're
I should hold the box.
Trading seats here. Norm's twins are Dylan and
Dylan.
Dylan, yes.
Yeah.
Creative with the naming.
How you doing, Dylan?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Wait, is that gonna work?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Okay,
There we go. You're Dylan and
Dylan.
Dylan and Dylan.
Yeah.
You're both named Dylan.
Yeah.
Both named Dylan. Okay, good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, this is great.
Yeah.
So, both named Dylan, really?
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, that's good.
Well,
And
that's
again, you've never been up to the show before?
No.
Yeah.
First time. We
Yeah.
got to see Conan and this tonight.
This is a lot of fun.
Double header. Yeah.
And you guys have been to my hometown of Ottawa. You have?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because we're from Ottawa. You know, your father and I grew up maybe only 10 blocks away from each other in Gloucester.
Gloucester.
He grew up on Jasper, and I grew up on Monson.
Those were your streets?
If you look on your Google Earth, Jasper and Monson and Beacon Hill are not too far away from each other.
Did you have a lot of play dates?
No, because we didn't know each other when we were kids. We didn't know each
really?
other when we were kids. But then when I was about 15 years old, I started going down to the Yuck Yucks, and Dad was coming through Yuck Yucks all the time on stage, and I was a huge fan. And now we're here hanging out. This is a nice little connection here, right? This is, you know?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Your sons are here. We all grew up in the same neighborhood, and this is.
Where should I go?
You guys come sit. You sit right here in the middle, Dylan. You sit right in the middle, and Norm, you sit down right here. Yeah, just like this.
Why do I have this big giant mic? Okay.
Yeah. And look what we have. We have a caller here. Over here.
I don't want.
We have a caller.
We have Cody on the air as well.
Oh, Cody looks interesting.
There's a chair for you if you want there too.
Oh, you sit on that.
Really?
That's pretty good.
Where'd Steve go? He doesn't want to. He gave up.
I don't have any kids here.
Cody, do you have a question for Norm and his sons?
No, but Andy's a fantastic guy.
I'm curious about something.
And when I say, I used to make jokes at 12:30 about him being gay, that's absolutely ridiculous. But when we were starting out, I will tell you one story about Andy. This is what happened.
I'm scared.
I was working at Art's
the deli coffee shop.
Deli and coffee shop, bussing tables. So Andy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, I got a way to make some money." I said, "What is your way?" He goes, "I'm going to become a male prostitute." Now I said, "Andy, you're not gay. It doesn't make any sense." He goes, "But a guy has to make a dollar." So I said, "All right, do what you want." So he comes to me the next day and he says, "Hey, I'm buying breakfast." I says, "Why is that?" He says, "I made $450.05 last night." Wow. I said, "What on earth?" He goes, "Yeah, did some tricks there, they call it." So I said to him, I eat steak and eggs. I eat, expensive. He says, "That's all right. I made $450.05. And I said, "Well, who on earth gave you 5 cents?" He said, "Every one of them."
Good God, you're a horse's ass.
I was concerned. That's simple arithmetic. That's 9,001 dudes.
I will take a break.
He says he's mature, and I think it's because he's telling my grandfather's jokes.
Stop it, both of you. Whoa. We're going to take a break right now. For some reason that escapes me, there'll be more with Norm MacDonald in just a moment.
Know that in this day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all I need.
For motivation, you still don't understand what our children are up against. Let me read you something that was posted on our message boards from someone who claims to be a member of a known pedophile network. It said this: "He doesn't forgive. He does not forget. His group has over 9,000 penises."
It's over 9,000! Over 9,000! Vegeta! Over 9,000!
Can I tell you, this is
this reminds me a little bit of Mike Douglas.
Really?
And I'm going to tell you the greatest talk show in the history of talk shows was Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas.
And his co-host was Sly.
Now, people are going to think that's Michael Douglas. You should probably explain to the folks.
Well, who's watching? Is this in the United States?
Well, I'll explain to the
folks. No, don't explain everything.
Mike Douglas.
Oh, Mike Douglas take everything out of it. There's no sense being here.
I'm saying to the folks at home that Mike Douglas was a talk show host, someone in the vein of Merv Griffin. He was a singer.
Call me when you're through, because I forgot what I was talking about. Okay.
And he had a talk
His
show.
co-host this week was
And
Sly
every week he had a co-host.
of Sly and the Family Stone.
Sure.
And he was stoned out of his bird.
Probably
so
3
they
hours
opened
late.
the show, and he says, Sly, I understand you're getting married. And Sly said, we're going to play 2 engagement on Sunday, and then Monday we're going over to Cleveland, and then we're going to come back. He said, no, aren't you getting married? I don't know if the Horns are going to be there for this engagement, but hopefully we'll be all right. We'll play and get it done. And Mike goes like this, boop. So let's go to commercial. Now, as Sly is sitting here, he brings out Peter Marshall.
Yeah.
From Hollywood Squares. Peter sits right here.
Because the idea of the show is to
don't
mix.
do this, don't do this. And he says, Peter, who's a great guy, by the way. Peter, he says,
His son plays
you're
baseball.
you're taking Hollywood Squares to Vegas. You're taking it to the road.
Yeah.
He says, yeah. He said, are you going to change it? He says, no. He says, when it comes to Hollywood Squares, you got to call a spade a spade. Oh. And Sly turns to Peter Marshall on this show and said, I'm going to get you. They go to commercial, they come back, and Sly is still staring at Peter. And Mike Douglas now says, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to bring out the smallest man in the world, Ringling Brothers' own Mishu the Midget. And this guy comes out, and he is the smallest man in the world. Mike picks him up, puts him in the thing, his shoes are like this, that's what you see. And so what you see on camera now is Sly still staring at Peter.
Yeah.
And him talking to Mishu. And he says, Mishu, how old were you when you joined the circus? And Mishu said, Brot. He said, what? Bridget. No, when did you first join? He said, Grad. He said, do you speak English? He said, Brit. He said, oh my God, let's go to commercial. They come back, they bring out his interpreter who is wall-eyed. And that's what you had for the last part of the show. Sly staring at Peter and a wall-eyed interpreter with a midget who didn't speak English.
That's going way smoother than this show.
This story, Sly. We get on the plane, and there was Richard Burton.
You know, this is worse.
Hey, Sly, will you...
Hey, wait.
Excuse me. Will you look at me once in a while, Sly? Go ahead, please.
Anyway, we get on the plane, and there's Richard Burton. Yeah. You know Richard Burton?
Yeah.
Right. And he's on the plane. Yeah.
I know Richard Burton.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Big in the biz guy.
Yeah.
And he's there, and he has 9 seats all alone, right?
9 seats?
9 seats to himself.
For what?
I don't know. He didn't want to be bothered, but he had the first seat. So now you get on the plane, and you have to pass Richard Burton, right? There he is. He takes a shine to, excuse the expression, That's terrible. I apologize. That's tacky. That's really tacky. I apologize. No, but he takes a liking. How about that? A liking to Karen Valentine. Oh, yes, he was...
I'm going to get you, bro. You know that, don't you?
You want me to go back there now?
Oh, let me stay there. I thought it was going to say Blade.
No,
You know what show I would like to see you host, Norm? And this is the God's truth. I would like to see you host Catch a Predator. I see that as being a good medium for you. What's your thoughts on the To Catch a Predator show?
Oh, no, that's just, you just brought that up because I was telling that guy earlier I was thinking of that show, To Catch a Predator.
Well, thank you for unfolding my conceit here. I was trying to get you into the area that you wanted to talk
sorry,
about.
that was like a crazy coincidence because I just talked to that Christian dude about that.
Jesus, Norm, could you diffuse this anymore?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was a setup. I was putting the ball on the tee. I'm Cheech Marin.
You're nice. Nice.
Now go ahead, knock it off.
You're like Ed McMahon.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so you don't want to talk about the Predator thing?
Oh, yeah, man, To Catch a Predator? No, I was just...
They told me, they said Norm wants to talk about Predator, and all of a sudden I'm at a Carson Wake here. Are you sad about Johnny's loss?
That's misrepresenting it, too, because then people will think, you know, Norm's phoning going, hey, can I talk at all about the Predator thing?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It wasn't on your mind. I kind of put it there. Do you have any ad-lib thoughts on it?
It's not going to be funny now.
All right. You know what I've done to you? It's like Jerry Lewis with Charlie Callis with the Duck Hunter.
Exactly. I have to come...
All right, then let me throw you a curve and see what else you go. What about OJ or Mike Vick? You got anything on either of them?
Okay, then this is complete coincidence. This is the most insane coincidence of all.
These are two big topics in the news. I thought I'd just throw them out there and see if you had any observations.
No, I'm just kidding. What were the ones? Michael Vick was, no, I was just saying that, you know, obviously I'm against, I do stand-up, you know, stand-up comedy.
Sure you do.
And by the way, I'll be at, can I plug something?
Go, you can use the rest of the segment for a plug.
Oh. Because I'm not doing any stand-up. But anyway, when I go to the club, I went to the club and I thought of the idea about that Michael Vick. First of all, you know you love football, obviously, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, sure. I go way back with football and cockfighting. You know.
Exactly. So you'll say that, you know, Michael Vick was the most exciting player in football. He could change a team by himself.
Yes.
You know.
Well, that's a solid observation.
That's what's so sad, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The dogfighting's sad too, but if it was just some guy, you know, that was played in football like a third-string quarterback, it wouldn't be that sad. So, but Michael Vick, obviously it hurt him, it hurt his fans, it hurt the whole sport of dog fighting.
So you think it's brought dog fighting down?
I tried to say that like Drake.
It's good.
Dog fighting.
Can we talk about Drake?
But listen, man, Vic, can you imagine? Here's something to think about. Imagine if you were a dog living in a dog kennel. You ever been in those pound?
Sure.
That's your house.
Right.
So they suck, right? They're the worst houses ever.
Bad.
So the dog will go anywhere, you know, and dogs love everyone. So they're just sitting in their horrible place, and you know, the guy, you know, an old bald guy comes in and wants to bring you home, and you're all happy. Normally, you're not, right?
Yeah, sure.
So imagine you're sitting there and you're like, "Hey guys, man, you're not gonna believe this, but we got adopted. All of us got adopted, and you're not gonna believe for a second who it was." They're like, "Who? Was it that bald guy from earlier today?" No, it wasn't no bald guy. Think left-hander, Atlanta. It was Michael Vick. That's who it was. Now get out of here. That's who's our new owner. They're excited. You see?
Very pumped up, the dog.
They're pumped up. They're like, "You're kidding me. I'm trying to be clean." You know? And then they go and, you know, they go, "Wow, they're in the house, you know, everything's exciting." They were just in a pound, now they're at Michael Vick's house. They couldn't be more excited. They hit the jackpot. And they're walking through the house going, "Man, I've never seen so many TVs." And then, you know, later it's not so good. When the other guys tell them, you know.
Right.
And the other guys go, "Listen, he's a good, you know." Michael Vick's a complicated character. And I love Michael Vick. Ralph will tell you. That's, yeah.
Ralph is the other dog.
The other dog. He's talking, you know how you know how the dogs talk and they have names?
Sure, and they go.
Ralph will tell you, you know, I said Vic is the best thing to happen to football in forever. But on the other hand, you know, he electrocuted me last week. So I have mixed feelings with Vic. This is one thing about the Michael Vick thing. He electrocuted them, which was awful, and shot them, right?
Right.
And then in one of them, he strangled them.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I was saying, as heinous as this seems, that one part, him strangling a pit bull dog,
yes,
seems not so heinous. It seems kind of brave if that's all he ever did. And, you know, I'm sure Michael Vick's hands are really strong, but Pitbull's neck.
Well, Norm, when I see the nuances you've peeled back on the Vick story, I could only send you a big, hearty hail thank you that you dodged the To Catch a Predator question.
Well, that's the one I wanted to talk
Because I have no idea where that was.
So you have no time on the show anymore, so you can't talk about it?
Well, do you want to stay for a segment?
What?
I'm going to take a commercial. Can you stay?
I wouldn't mind telling you that to Catch a Predator and see if you'll laugh. Like you didn't laugh at all at that one.
Norm, listen. When I'm in the presence of greatness, I simply sit and I listen. Hang on to the Predator story till after this. Dennis Miller Show. Two things. I was wondering where Sal was during that thing. Sabes made the miscalculation of turning his mic off. He was laughing so hard, and he didn't think anybody would be able to hear Norm. I was wondering, where's old Sal? Secondly, if I seem a little halting with Norm. Now, Sal, you hear me do a lot of interviews. I'm always usually forceful, but I find Norm such a genius. I don't want to interject and get in the way of the story.
You gotta let him run.
I mean, it's as good as it gets.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my still in line.
Let's go back to Norm. Norm, I'm sorry, my friend. I've got around 3 minutes left. Can you codify your thoughts on To Catch a Predator and unspool a little tale?
My thoughts on To Catch a Predator cannot be captured in your sound bite. Now, I know the first I don't know what the word is in radio, in TV, on talk shows when I'm booked, we call it the next segment.
Right.
The last segment bombed. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, it didn't bomb. Are you kidding me? It was gold. It was just about, I was listening to you unspool the gold.
I mean, sometimes when you're on radio, you know, you go, man, maybe people are just laughing in the studio because that's their job. But people at home are not enjoying it at all, so you feel bad about yourself.
Well, the bit was volatile.
Then when the guys in the studio also clearly not responding to anything, and then they go, now the funniest was in the commercial, I said, so, he goes, you got to wrap it up in a minute, the Predator thing, you know, like I'm... So I said, I don't know, it's not really a thing. I don't know if I can wrap it up. So he said, I said, I don't think it's going well.
Christian, you didn't say that to him, did you?
I didn't say that. I said it was going great, and we were all laughing so hard we couldn't breathe.
We're ill-serving Norm today. You know, the next time we have Norm on, I'm going to say, this is Norm, and let him go.
No, this is it, Dennis. I said, how long's your show run generally, you know, because I listen to it on the internet and stuff like that.
Right.
And he said 3 hours. And he goes, your second segment's up. And I go, what was my first segment, by the way? He goes, that was like 6 minutes. That was your big one. So, the 3-hour show.
Well, we've been gaslighting you, Norm. We brought you in here in a deliberate effort to drive you crazy. You sound suitably perplexed now, but might I tell you, you're simply the most insightful, perplexed man I've ever met. We'll have you back. Let's have Norm back and give him a full half hour.
No,
because
that'd be great.
Well, will you come back at this point? Or are you so angry?
Man, you're a great interviewer and stuff, right?
Yeah, but I was a little intimidated by you.
Well, here's a weird thing that when you're interviewing somebody, because I've seen them all, man. I've seen Parr, you know?
Yeah, sure.
I've seen mostly I watch Parr. But I've seen them all, you know?
Sure, you go way back.
And rarely, Merv Griffin, one of the greatest ever, you know? He's just fast. You know, who was a greater interviewer than that dude?
Nobody.
But Merv Griffin would never say, Norm, I understand you want to talk about To Catch a Predator. What else does it say here? Michael Vick. And something else. So go ahead.
It was my fault. I gagged it. I'm sorry, Norm. We'll have you back and I'll do it better. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
I listened to an interview you gave Larry King, and you said the ruin of Donald Trump will be his addiction to playing the halls, right? So he's a great performer. He just wanted to be you, like he wanted to be a stand-up comedian, and he just accidentally became a president?
My guess would be that his plan was to make a big splash, lose, That's not good. What should we do now, Joyce?
Just don't answer, okay? If it's possible.
No, I won't answer.
Yeah.
So should I start answering that question again?
Sure.
Yeah, I think him becoming president surprised him. I think, you know, it's funny that people don't remember, but back in the debates, there was a big issue with Donald Trump saying if he lost, it meant the election. Are you kidding me? I know, I did. Oh, 1 second. Hello? Yes. Oh, I gotta call you back. I'm on the TV, man. Yeah, I'm on the TV right now. Oh my God. Oh, but I'll call you right back. Sorry.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you the question again.
Norm, did you ever hear the word?
The phone is ringing.
I certainly hope that's somebody calling to tell you to go home.
Oh, no.
Dude, you got a phone ringing.
Oh.
Answer the phone.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The thing is this. There, you know Matt Strauss?
Yeah, the producer.
The producer. He told me it would be funny. He said, like, why don't you carry a cell phone on and then let it ring and then pretend like there's a guy on it?
Is there anybody on it?
No, it's a thing. Pretend.
You know what, Norm? You're a dead man.
Here, you talk to him now.
You know what, Barbara? You know what you said about rage and work?
Give this man a plate of soup and tell him to shut up.
Norm,
all right then. Let's see.
Norm.
What?
Okay, listen, Norm, listen.
So I said, I can think of something. I can handle it, you know? Because for like Letterman or somebody like that, it's real hard. You have to be really on the top of your game, as you know.
Right, yeah.
Because he's real funny. But The View, it's not that tough, you know, to keep up with.
Right, sure.
Star Jones or whatever, whoever they are. So
Barbara Walters there, though.
Yeah,
she's tough to keep up with, right? I don't know what that means.
So I'm like, I'll be fine. That's what I kept telling the guy. So the guy's like, but that's their job, you know? So this guy would always have ideas. He would phone me with ideas. He'd go,
This goes on for weeks before the appearance, right?
Weeks.
It's almost like it becomes like work.
It is. Talking to that guy is harder than talking to the host, you know?
Yeah.
And he's excited, and it's his job, so I don't want to. So he'd be like, what if he came out in a red wig? I'm like, what the fuck? Why would I do that, right? He's like, the gals have been teasing Barbara about, you know, tinging her hair. I'm like, no, but then it'll look like my idea, and then I got a red wig on, and, you know.
Right,
I have
yeah.
to take
You
it
don't
off.
want to take part in their
So,
silliness.
Just over and over, you know, every time. And he goes, well, do you have anything? I go, no, I can't think, but I'll think of something, you know. So he says, anyways, one of the ones he phones me, he goes, I'll tell you what you do, man. He goes, you come out. He goes, you're talking to the gals, and all of a sudden, your cell phone rings, right? He goes, it's in the middle of the show. Like, he's really excited, right? He goes, you answer the cell phone. You go, excuse me, ladies. He goes, we're not going to tell them about it. And the cell phone rings. He goes, excuse me, ladies. It's your agent, Morty. You know he had this name?
Right. Yeah.
He goes, so you're like, Morty, you can't call me here. I'm on The View. You know, I'm on TV.
Right.
What do you mean you have an offer for me? You know? And I had this crazy Jewish accent in the story. You know, what do you mean? I can't do it. I'm on The View. So I'm like, yeah. I didn't want to, you know, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know. So I'm like, no, that one's, yeah, it sounds pretty good, but maybe I'll think of something else, you know.
Right.
He was so excited.
Yeah.
So anyways. This is getting to be a long story.
No, it's fine. You know, we can actually stay on the air as long as we want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I get that. So anyways, I'm really late, right? Because I had a big hand at this poker game.
Right.
So
you show up right before you gotta go on the air.
Show up. You know, so I'm going. I go. I got the story about Bill Cosby. I'll do that. I know how to do that story. I did it before on Letterman, and it'll be fine. So I go in. And I tell the guy, listen, man, I do this story about Letterman. So I walk out, you know. Now, unbeknownst to me, as I was walking out, this guy had muttered something. I hadn't slept for like 3 days, and it's just the phone call, you know. So I go, oh, yeah. You know. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he had slipped like a cell phone. He put a cell phone in my pocket.
Oh.
So anyways, I got out there, and then...
He'd slipped a cell phone in your pocket.
Yeah, thinking I was in for this
okay.
gag, right?
And it's all set to
but
ring.
I forgot.
You forgot about it.
I forgot about
it.
Okay.
and all hell breaks loose.
Now, so I
obviously.
go out to the, so I go to the View, and those 4 bags are sitting there. You know?
Oh, come on.
So, no, ladies,
Yeah.
women, you know.
Yeah.
It's not politically correct to say bag.
No.
But
Was
you know, you
Rosie
got
wasn't
Michael
there.
Richards is saying the N word. I
Yeah.
can't say the B word.
No, you can say that absolutely.
I want to talk later about now they have the F word for fag, which is really strange.
Yeah.
But
The guy from Grey's Anatomy got in trouble for
yeah,
saying
the N guy, the N word guy.
the F word.
No, but he was an N word guy, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
That was the irony.
Everybody's.
No, he was African American.
Everybody's going nuts out
He
there.
was African American.
Yeah. Said the F word. He said
It'd be
the F
funny
word.
if you were an African American. You know, if you were a racist, you would not say African American. Maybe you'd say the A word.
What's the A word?
The African American.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But so I go on the
yeah.
View.
Yeah.
So this is what had happened to me a month previously. This was whenever the first election was, the Bush.
Right.
Bush against
Gore.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
The first time, right? I know nothing about politics, you know. And so. But
This
what
is
happened-
right after the election?
This is before the election.
Okay.
Before the first election. So what happened was I got a call from this guy, Ben Stein. You know that guy?
Sure, yeah.
So he said, how'd you like to meet George Bush? He's running for president, you know? So I go, holy fuck, that would be cool, you know? Meet a guy running for president. Maybe later he'll become president, and I'll be his buddy, because this is how naive I was, because I knew him like 2 months before he became president.
Right.
So in Hollywood, you know, obviously very liberal, right? So so Gore showed up, and it was like Barbara Streisand and every giant star in Hollywood, right? So when Bush plane came down, literally it was me and Ben Stein. We were the celebrities.
Right.
So it was really lame. And then when George Bush came out with his wife, he said to her, "See, I told you he'd come," about me.
Right.
They were expecting maybe it would just be Ben Stein. They were really happy that 2 celebrities showed up.
Right, sure.
You know, and real peripheral celebrities. So, but it was cool because everyone hates George Bush and stuff, so I got to go on his airplane and talk to him. I talked to the guy for an hour. And
Got to
stuff.
hang out with him.
Yeah, so it was really cool. You know, I don't know anything about politics, but it's cool to meet the guy that's going to might be the president. You know?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
What did you talk to Bush about on his plane?
I talked to him about, well, I don't know shit about politics, but he didn't know much either.
He hadn't really been elected yet.
No, he hadn't been elected and everything, and I told him some jokes, and he sometimes he'd go like, "There's mics" or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not a very interesting story.
Right. That's cool.
But see, it's a many.
This
layered,
guy's been just sitting here listening to the whole story.
That's why
we
I said
haven't
it's a
even
long
introduced
story.
ourselves to him yet. What's your name?
My name's David.
Where are you?
I'm just outside Montreal.
Montreal.
Algonquin.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so you're about to walk out.
Yeah, so I go on The View, right?
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to I said, I'll talk about the Bill Cosby story, you know? So anyways, the lady from The View goes, take a look at this picture. And show a picture of me standing beside presidential nominee George Bush. And then they're like,
You're on The
"What?"
View now.
Yeah, I'm on The View. And they're like, what's going on here? That's what the lady says to me, one of the ladies, right? Like it was a fucking
Which
picture
was it? Star
of,
Jones, Meredith Vieira?
Who's the fat black one?
Well, Star Jones left the show, though. She's
There was
not
a
on there
fat African American.
Star
lady.
Jones, I think. Yeah.
That was the
she
lady.
lost a lot of weight later, too.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
It was big. There was a big brouhaha over there.
Was there?
Yeah, but yeah. So she asked you that.
So she's like, "What's going on here?" Right? And it's just a picture of me with a guy running for the president. But the way they said it, it was like that picture of Kurt Waldheim with Hitler in the fucking woods, right? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what's wrong with this, right? So just to be crazy, kind of like, and just because they kind of got under my skin, I don't know nothing about politics or nothing. I said, well, it's better than that guy that's in there now. That guy murdered a guy, Bill Clinton, right?
Right.
And then they're like, what? And I go, they go, what? So I go, he murdered a guy. Remember, some guy killed him because I remember somebody died.
Right, sure, yeah. Someone who had committed suicide. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I heard a crazy conspiracy thing that they killed him.
So you just start, yeah.
I'm like, you killed? Don't you remember that? You know, but I'm acting like everybody knows it. Like I'm just acting like a retard. And then Barbara Walter goes, "You're walking a pretty thin line, mister." And I'm like, I thought it was a matter of public record. Barbara, you're a newswoman. Back me up, you know. It kept going on, and it was like, fucking, you know. And I remember she kept going like, "You're one piece of work, mister." Like getting really.
Really,
like,
really taking you seriously. Yeah. Not remembering that you know the jokes on Weekend Update were.
So I just did it to be like stupid, and then so there's just like. You know, the audience like confused, you know, and the ladies are all angry. All of a sudden, I hear like coming out of the thing like cling, ding, like it's a fucking fire alarm or something. What the fuck is that? And then I remember it's my phone, you know, my cell phone, this joke.
Oh, yeah.
The producer backstage saw that everything was going to hell and decided to fix it, you know. So like I go, oh, yeah, I go, Marty, man, this is a bad time to call because all the ladies hate me now and stuff like that, you know. And Barbara Walters goes, what the hell are you doing? Like she's just...
Right.
I go, nah, I know I'm a little scared. I go, I don't know. The guy backstage, he told me that it would be funny if I pretended my Agent Morty called. And then there was like about 5 seconds of silence. And Barbara Walters said, we'll be right back. And then they gave me the boot.
That is on YouTube right now? That's on YouTube right now, apparently, Bill. Yeah. Have you queued it up? No, I don't have it yet. Oh, you don't have it? We should try to find that. Oh, my, that's uncomfortable, huh? Have you been asked back?
No.
No?
I thought it was fun.
Oh, yeah, no, that's awesome. You love those uncomfortable moments, though, right?
I like it, yeah. Like with stand-up, if I bomb, I really, really like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you ever get like that?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Every night here.